Hey, Luke, Clausen here. We just finished up stage 4 of the Bass Pro Tour, Lake Chickamauga. It's a really awesome fishery, tons and tons of fish. We didn't see any double-digit fish, which we'd hoped to see, but tons and tons of numbers and good quality fish. And it was a fun week. I finished 6th place overall. Kind of kept moving around throughout the event and figuring things out as it went. I had some areas I really hoped I didn't have to go to. I knew there were some fish, but didn't know how good it was. So I kind of beat around the lower end of the lake the first couple days, kept working my way up the lake into some creeks up here. And I spent a lot of time fishing 3 baits though in areas that fish were, for the most part, trying to spawn. But it's kind of unconventional spawning areas because the water's low here. There's not a lot of wood and lay down in the water. There is some, but not a tremendous amount. So there's a lot of flat rocks and bluffs and stuff like that they spawn on, kind of unconventional areas. But a lot of the fish were, I believe, spawning. And the 3 baits that I really used, we had some storms come through. It was windy and nasty. Of course, a 3/8 ounce jackhammer, Z-Man razor shad on the back. And there was times it got so nasty you really couldn't throw anything unless you were winding something because you couldn't hardly see in front of your face. Threw that on a G. Loomis SBR 813 spinnerbait rod, a little bit shorter rod, but I was throwing it up in between docks, lay down, stuff like that, a lot of shorter roll casted stuff, so I wanted that little shorter rod. Corrado K7 4-to-1, really like a fast reel with a bladed jig, jackhammer, chatterbait, whatever it is, just to catch up to those fish that slackline you through it. You hook them a lot better. 20-pound Yozuri top knot fluorocarbon on that, around quite a bit of cover, so I want some heavy line. One of the other baits I used quite a bit in the dirtier water was a Z-Man Fatties. It's on a 3/16 ounce jig head, pitching it around, kind of a straight style Bubba shaky head. It's a bigger, fatter, shaky head. Green pumpkin blue is what I was throwing. 14-pound Yozuri top knot fluorocarbon, but this style bait just always works good when fish are getting ready to spawn or spawning. Straight tail bait, they really like that. This time of year, kind of a staple for me. I throw that style bait and that exact bait a lot around this time of year. 843C GLX Loomis, again 14-pound top knot fluorocarbon, Corrado K 6-4-to-1. We're just pitching around a lot of those likely spawning areas where it's bluffs and stuff when the water had a little bit more color. When the water cleared up, I did a lot of my damage this week on a spinning rod. I don't even know how many fish I caught. I had a ton of fish this week, probably average 25, 30 fish a day, and a lot of them came on a spinning rod. And that was really later in the week when I was fishing areas that were cleaner water. Z-Man Finesse Worm, one I threw a lot in the clean water, color called Easy Money. It's kind of hard to not like the name Easy Money, but it's essentially like a green pumpkin watermelon. 1/8 ounce dirty jigs Luke Clausen shaky head, 8-pound top knot fluorocarbon, 8-pound Yozuri super braid, and a DSR 822 Loomis spinning rod. The great all-purpose rod, that 822, a rod I've used for several years in the past, and being back with Loomis and go back to it and I'm amazed how much I like that rod. Really just does a lot of things for me. Shimano Stratic CI4, by far the best spinning reel on the market and has been through the generations of it in my opinion. But anyway, that's my recap for Lake Chickamauga. If you guys have any questions, feel free, message me on Facebook, Instagram, check it out on YouTube, and you can find all these products at tacklewarehouse.com.